Hey guys, it's everyone's favorite Autobot here. Today I got Bayverse Sideswipe versus the Boys TV show Homelander. Now I didn't want to be unfair and only show Sideswipe's feats, while Homelander it just didn't add up here. So for Sideswipe, I'll be using the Bayverse movies, comics, the Dark of the Moon game, and the Transformers The Ride because its canonicity is like kind of weird. It's like in between, but yet at the same time is the exact age of extinction right then and there. But you guys know it's very weird. But again, it is a part of the Bayverse, probably like an alternate story. So again, it is what it is here. So let's start off with Homelander here. So Homelander it was a child, right? Was a child that was born and injected with the serum called sorry about the sorry, was a child born in a vault facility and they gave him this compound known as compound V, which is basically like this super soldier serum, and essentially it made him the strongest hero on Earth. He's confirmed the strongest hero on the planet, considering that Queen Maeve is capable of stopping an armored truck with just her body. Just straight up like stand in front of you and just bodying the truck itself. He's stronger than A-Train, who's actually been able to move a locomotive, which was around like 220 tons, which is pretty impressive here. And he's stronger than Stormfront, who was actually able to blow up blow up a decent amount of a building. She blew up like the middle of it, like a middle of a building, killing some black people, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. In terms of durability, he's capable of taking attacks from Stormfront, who again, as I said before, was capable of destroying, you know, um, a building. He's been able to take attacks from Queen Maeve. He's been able to take attacks from Billy Butcher on Compound V. He's been able to take attacks from both Butcher and Soldier Boy at the same time, with Soldier Boy actually being confirmed to be nearly as strong as Homelander. So this means that Soldier Boy should be in the same category as, if not slightly above, the likes of Stormfront and Queen Maeve, which is actually impressive here. So yeah, he's been able to take attacks from them, and it's actually stated that no weapon on Earth has been able to scratch him. And we're gonna take this the most serious way possible, and we're gonna say that he's even taken nukes. So nukes have like megatons of force and are capable of leveling cities at base level. Nukes are capable of leveling cities here. So again, if we apply that to Homelander, this means Homelander is easily city level in terms of durability, and considering that his strength class, and even he did say, we're going to also take this quote seriously, wipe out New York, or at least take out the town that Queen Maeve had. This does mean he has city level attack potency, or at least by his own words, he has city level attack potency. Okay, in terms of skill, he's actually trash. The dude does not have any really good hand to hand fight maneuvers. Queen Maeve was actually outmaneuvering him and just straight up outpacing him. But his combat speed is very impressive. Like, he's just ridiculously fast and ridiculously he's able to move at Mach, I think it was Mach 4 or Mach 5, which is actually pretty impressive here. And his heat vision is really impressive. Soldier Boy was actually able to react to his heat vision. And I believe seeing what's his name? I wish I could name the YouTuber who did this. But if you guys look up Garu versus the Seven, okay? Look up Garu versus the Seven, that YouTuber's calculation was actually pretty spot on in my opinion. You guys know how I am about calculations, but it does make sense that Homelander's heat vision should be around the speed of light, or at least should be faster than Starlight's beams, which are concentrated light. So this again would put it at light speed. So it should be pretty good, pretty relative here. So again, he has his heat vision, and in all honesty, Homelander, I think one of the biggest weaknesses of Homelander definitely has to be his ego. If he can't really, like, take someone down, or he gets outskilled or pretty much damaged, it just like hurts his ego, and it makes him like very mentally unstable, and sometimes he retreats. But unfortunately, he does not have that luxury in this battle. So yeah. Sideswipe is an Autobot that actually appeared with the second wave, picking up RC and the triplets and Skids and Mudflap on his way to Earth with the Wreckers. Okay, so Sideswipe is easily stronger than characters like RC. Who has been able to move Astro Train, who was a actual moving locomotive, counting the momentum and the speed. Astro Train was going on straight up dirt, and he was moving incredibly fast for a train on dirt. And RC, who is not RC, Alita 1, who is a motorcycle, by the way, was able to straight up knock him off his course. So again, Sideswipe should easily be stronger than that. He's been able to lift cars, even being able to use his blades to actually throw them hard enough to rip through Cybertronian metal. Cybertronian metal was described to be, only penetrated by high heat saber rounds, and that actually took a lot just to put down the likes of Scorponok, who's one of the smaller Cybertronians. So take that with consideration. And that was an airstrike that had delivered those, okay? So again, these guys are he's incredibly strong. He was actually able to go toe-to-toe with Demolisher for a good while. Demolisher being capable of destroying cities and actually giving Autobots like Optimus Prime and Ironhide a considerably a tough time as well. Sideswipe has also been able to slice Decepticons in half with his blades like Breakdown. He was able to cut him in half like it was nothing. Again, you gotta remember, these guys have just simply been sliced in half. He's even been able to cut Darksteel, who is pretty much a dark and evil version of himself, and he was able to do that casually. In terms of actual AP, Sideswipe would scale above Jolt due to the simple fact that Sideswipe in Transformers The Ride was able to defeat a clone of Shockwave, or at least straight up bully a clone of Shockwave while setting it up for Evac to get the finishing headshot. Shockwave should scale to his clones, even the original, considering the fact that Dark in the Moon in the original writing had Shockwave clones just running around being able to fight against the Autobots. So Shockwave was able to kill Jolt, who's capable of blacking out entire cities. So again, Sideswipe should scale above that due to that feat. In terms of speed, Sideswipe has been able to react and even being able to go toe-to-toe with Starscream. Starscream, who has been able to, straight up, what am I trying to say here? Defeat the aerial bots, Air Raid, Silverbolt, and Breakaway in terms of aerial magnitude and aerial prowess. So, again, these aerial bots should scale to Starscream, considering they're moving in planets that have very little atmospheres. Even then, Air was actually able to straight up bully around Thundercracker in the comics, and even was able to get into a good dogfight before being shot down by Starscream. Okay, so he should be able to scale above Air Raid, who was actually able to be able to fight Starscream one-on-one for a good while in the not the comics, in the game. I mean, he was actually able to do some damage and actually put some moves on Starscream in the Dark in the Moon game. So yeah, these aerial bots are incredibly fast. Starscream, being a jet, should be able to move faster than Mach 5. He's actually faster than regular jets, and has actually been able to fly into space casually. Starscream should be able to achieve Mach 33, as this is in Earth's atmosphere. While in space, he might be able to move at light speed. It's very possible, considering he does need to travel from Earth to Cybertron. And Starscream's not one to really waste his time there, so he should be able to move around around light speed when he's in space here. But in terms of Earth's atmosphere, he should be around Mach 33. And Sideswipe scales to Mirage, who was actually outpacing Starscream in in an actual vehicle chase. Mirage was actually escaping Starscream, who was actually like hounding him. So that means Starscream was possibly going at full speed trying to chase Mirage, and Sideswipe in vehicle mode should scale to it. So let's break it down. In terms of physical strength here, I would say they're relative, but I think what's actually going to be Homelander's downfall is the lack of combat skill. Sure, he has his heat vision, which is light speed here, but the sheer fact that characters can hit him before he gets it off actually shows that his reaction time and his reaction speed is actually pretty lousy. So again, this should be, it should be enough for Sideswipe to pretty much get in there and deal damage with his blades here. Now you could say Sideswipe is a lot bigger than Homelander, and yes, he is here, but again, Sideswipe is, he's just seemingly more consistent than Homelander is. He's been able to take down much bigger threats. He has better combat applications than Homelander. Okay, Homelander could win with his heat vision, albeit you could say it's a combination of pressure and heat that actually is able to take down Cybertronians, or they need their own tech to actually take them down, with human tech not really working so much unless it's again high heat saber rounds or high heat metal, which is pretty much coming from an airstrike, which is actually a combination of both heat and force coming at them. So again, Homelander actually has the heat. He just doesn't have the force to actually fully tear through or even being able to harm Sideswipe. He might be able to make him a little uncomfortable, but then again, Sideswipe could just block it with his blades because he should have a relative reaction speed to some of the characters in The Boys, if not flat out superior, considering the fact that he has dodged Decepticon laser fire, which is actually impressive here. Judging if these were laser pulses, this would again be around 300 times the speed of light. It's very relative, but again, lasers have even been known to be at light speed as a bare minimum. So again, if Sideswipe is dodging those, he should be able to block Homelander's heat vision with his blades and be able to cut him in half. So pretty much Sideswipe actually takes this with little, I would have to say with mid difficulty at the most, considering Homelander can fly around Sideswipe. But again, Sideswipe does have weapons and firearms to actually bring Homelander to or his level, or at least knock Homelander around to the point where Sideswipe can actually get close and straight up hit him the same way he did Darksteel. Or it's very possible Homelander flies in for a tackle, Sideswipe flips, hits him with the sideways combo, and it's GG. So again, I'm going to have to reward Sideswipe the victory mid-diff.